Hey guys, it's Luke from RetroRevival here, and today is the final episode of Marvel Month. And today's episode links in to something that's actually going to happen next month in June. And on the 11th of June next month, we are finally going to be getting the Loki TV series on Disney+. So I thought I'd do a custom LEGO minifigures video tying into this release date next month. So I normally do these the week before, but I thought because it's Marvel month, we could do it now, and it's only like a couple of weeks away. And it saves just like having a full month of Marvel videos, and then like in 2 weeks having another Marvel video, if that makes any sense. But anyway, we have got 3 figures here. We have got Loki in the middle, then we've got female Loki, who is apparently going to be in the show, and at the point of me recording this, we haven't seen her in any of like the promotional trailers or anything. And then all the way over to the side, we have Loki's brother, Thor. Now, Thor probably isn't going to be in the show, but I thought because he is Loki's brother, he sort of ties into this, and I just had this figure anyway. So guys, with all of that out of the way, let's get into the figures. So guys, here is the first figure, the titular character of the show. This is of course Loki. So I'm going to do as I always do, I'm going to start off with the top and work my way down. And of course the top of this figure is his iconic helmet with the horns. And this just looks really nice, made out of the gold. However, there are 2 little problems right here at the top. You can't really see it on the camera, but you can see these 2 little dimples where you can see like the mould is finished, if that makes any sense. Which is a bit of a shame. But when I turn to the side later, you'll see these amazing horns. They just look great. Then going down to the face, this is a very generic face. He's got his eyes with the eyebrows, he's got his mouth, and there's a few other lines for like creases and detail on there. But that's really it. I mean, you can't really tell it's Loki just from this. So, you know, not a great face, but it's passable. However, we get down to the torso, which is the main event. And this is absolutely fantastic. And to be honest, I don't really know where to start, so I'm just going to say it's mainly grey. There's some gold on there, which is supposed to be like his jacket. You can see some green, and when I was talking about the gold, you can actually see it leads down onto the legs. But we'll get onto that in a little bit later. But there's so much going on this top half. You can see some of the detail in the middle of like this beautiful like dark tunic thing. I don't know what to call it. He's got like this nice like necklace, like neckband thing. He's got these shoulder pads, which are also really detailed for how small it is. He's got all of these like buckles and things down here, this orange stripe. There's just so much going on up here, and it just looks great. But anyway, going on to the legs, as I was saying, you can see where the jacket continues with the gold printing. Some of the printing on the top also continues down with like the top of this tunic thing. He also has a lot of dots, and you can see the bottom of his jacket with like this dark bar at the bottom with the gold surrounding it. And there's even some printing for the tips of his shoes. Now turning to the side, this isn't going to be the easiest thing to show because it is metallic and it reflects the light. But he's got some really nice gold and bronze printing on his arms, and I've just knocked the figure. Let's put him back into place. But the top of his arms are gold and bronze with a hell of a lot of detail in there. It sort of looks like cogs. It's really cool. Then he's got this grey stripe, the same colour as the rest of his outfit, with some dark bars on there. And then he's still got this metallic gold and bronze like wrists with the detail on there. This is great. He's also got some more printing on the sides of his legs, so you can see the shoes. I guess you could say this is the bottom of the jacket with the gold and some more creases down the sides. And you can see he's got these 2 knives. Would have been nice to have the scepter as well. But you can also see the sides of his helmet with these big horns going up the back. Now to turn on the back, there's more printing with the back of the torso with the creases of where his jacket would be. You can also see the sides of the jacket coming down here on the legs with the gold, and you can also see the back of the jacket where it dips up here with some more printing on the back for his boots and other creases as well. So we've had the male Loki, and now let's go on to the second figure, which is the female Loki. Quite a popular character in the comics. They've said she will be in the show, which is going to be interesting. I don't know how they're going to get around that. They've also said the kid version of Loki will be in the show as well. So I guess we just got to have faith in the writers. But anyway, let's get into the figure. And let's start off with the top of this figure with this amazing crown. This is very similar to the Scarlet Witch design for the crown, where this is gold with a lot of inlays with these detachable horns, which looks great. She also has the black hair at the back. However, I would say this figure looks great, but there are a lot of underlying details which are just not great. For instance, this is extremely brittle, the crown piece, and also with the slightest touch, it falls back and quite easily falls off. And when I mean with the slightest touch, I mean the slightest touch. But anyway, she has black hair which has these clips on the sides, which doesn't actually clip to the crown piece very well, so that's probably why it's so flimsy. Also, it doesn't actually sit properly on the top of her hair, where you get like the little stud that sticks out. It doesn't actually sit on there, well, it barely sits on there at all. But anyway, let's go to the face, and this is a little bit better with her eyes. She's also got red lipstick, she's got some eyebrows, and she's got some green eyeshadow. However, there's another problem here with her mouth, where her mouth is a little bit wonky for some reason. I don't know why this is. Now, going down to the torso, I mean, she's got this green cape. Not a very bright green or a very nice looking green, I guess you could say. But at least she does have a cape, unlike the other Loki. But anyway, her torso is actually very good. This is actually very similar to Mira from the Aquaman series. But anyway, she's got her green sort of like tunic dress thing. I don't know what to call this. She's got this cross hatching down here going on, which makes it look like the gills of a fish. She's also got this belt, these brown belts with the two buckles going down here, which looks pretty good. She also has the arched hips, which they do on Lego figures. However, it's in this bright green colour, which is a little bit weird. I guess it's to kind of match the cape behind, but it doesn't do it very well. Then going on to the legs, you can see the top of that belt going across with this green and gold little strip going down here in the middle. Then you can see more of the cross-hatching coming down here as well with the black, and you can see her light green boots. Also, I forgot to mention, she actually has a scepter, which looks pretty cool. It's more of a trident than the normal scepter that we've seen in the MCU so far, but at least she has it. Now going over to the side, you can see there is some printing on the arm with more cross-hatching and these two brown bars. However, the legs, there's no printing on them at all, and some of the paint has actually come over to the side off the front, which is quite sloppy. And then on the back, you can't see any of the printing on the back because of the cape. And so guys, the final figure today is Loki's older brother, and this is Thor, or as I should say, Bro Thor, from Avengers Endgame. This is when he has put on quite a lot of weight. So let's start off at the top and work the way down. The hair is the same hair mold as Aquaman. This is a great mold, and the colour is pretty spot on, so I'll give him a thumbs up for that. Then going down to the face, you can see he's got these big black shades, and his ginger beard and a little mouth. There's a few creases and such, but that's pretty much it. But this is actually a really good face as well. It fits the mood of this character very well. Then going down to the torso, you can see he's got this vest, this like beige vest, with the buttons at the top there. You can see the underside of his man boobs in this darker beige, and you can see a bit of the belly sticking out of the bottom with the same beige colour there. He also has this big flowing cardigan over the top with a lot of detail with the red stitches. You'll see when we go to the side there's more of this detail, which is awesome. Then going on to the legs, this cardigan continues with his pyjama bottoms in this green checked pattern with the grey and white on there as well. It's a little bit messy and sloppy, but it still looks pretty good. Then you can also see the tips of his brown shoes, with a little bit of black and white on there as well. And before we go to the side, he also has this accessory, which is a Coke bottle, or a Coke can, I guess you could say. And the printing on this is very, very, very good. It is the official Coca-Cola logo. So yeah. Now going over to the side, you can see on his arm, it's more of that pattern I was telling you about, with this really cool pattern up at the top, and then this kind of cross-hatched, and some more pattern down there at the bottom, which is great on the arm, but there's nothing on the side of the actual figure itself, and sometimes it looks good, but because this is a completely different shade of grey, and there's just nothing underneath, it doesn't look very good. Then he has the green check pattern on the side as well with some white, and this actually looks better on the side than it does from the front, and you can see the sides of his brown shoes. Now on the back, you can see on the back of the legs, the checked pattern has returned, however it's sloppy again like the front. I don't know why they got it right with the sides, but then on the back and front it just doesn't look great, but that's just how it is. However, these shoes look pretty good with a different shade of brown down there and a bit of black. which looks great. And then on the back of the torso, I think they've tried to go with the same pattern. However, it just looks like a big black blob, which is a shame, because the bit below it is actually really good. So guys, here are the figures at the end, and as I always do, I'm going to choose which is my favourite and which is my least favourite, and I would say my favourite is the male Loki in the middle. I just think that torso is just so on point, it is just great, and I think it's really detailed. And then I'd probably say my least favourite is female Loki. I mean, it looks quite impressive, but when you actually get into the nitty-gritty, it just has a lot of problems. So guys, there we have it, another custom LEGO minifigures video. If you are interested in these videos, I've got a big playlist on my channel. You can go check them out right now. There's loads of other Marvel ones. I mean, I did one earlier on this month about the Spider-Verse. And I've also done 2 custom LEGO minifigures videos based on the last 2 Disney Plus original series linked to Marvel, which are, of course, WandaVision and the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and you can go and check them out right now. I also plan on doing more of the Disney Plus shows in the future as well, so keep your eyes peeled for them too. And just like that, this is the end of Marvel Month 2021, and I hope you've enjoyed all of it. So guys, I've been Luke from RetroRevival. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all later. Bye.